Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is a makeup tutorial using the new Morphe 35R palette, if I can get it open here. The new Morphe 35R palette. Oh my god, if I just broke one of those. Woo! Okay, we're good. We're good here. Alright, I probably would have cried if I would have broke. Can you imagine if I just shattered it after this? But anyways, this is a tutorial using this eyeshadow palette right here. This is Morphe's newest palette. This is the 35R. Yeah, this video is just a first impressions kind of video on it. I've never tried it out before today. This is the makeup look that I created with the palette. I think it's really pretty, super kind of smoky. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. You can also hit the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Also, major thing. When I upload YouTube videos, the quality just isn't there. So I did a little bit of research because my camera does film in HD. And my file size when it uploads is large, and I need to, I think, buy like a compressor to compress my videos, but they're like $60, so I'm going to try to get that fixed within the next few videos. But for now, on all of my previous videos and on this video and probably a couple of videos in the future, the upload quality isn't going to be as good as it can be. So if you click the three dots, you'll see three dots on your screen. Click the three dots, click quality, and click 1080p. That's HD. It should be set to auto right now, and I think it automatically streams my videos at 720, which is not HD. So definitely make sure to click it in 1080p so that way you can watch my videos in HD and get it extra clear. Anyways, yeah, also please make sure to like this video. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see how to get this makeup look and what I thought about the palette, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I got you guys zoomed in nice and close here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to prime my eyes with some concealer. This is my favorite way to prime my eyes. I'm just going to blend that out with a beauty blender, and this will just cancel out like any discoloration or veins that I have and just give me a nice flawless like canvas to work on. And then I'm just taking some translucent powder and just setting all of that down. This is going to make the eyeshadows go on a lot smoother over top, and it's going to prevent any creasing from happening. Alright, so now we're nice and primed. Let's just hop right into the palette. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to start out by just taking a really nice and light transitional color. So I'm actually just going to take this shade right here as my transition color and just put this all into the crease area. And I'm using the Sigma E40, which is like my favorite blending brush of all time. It is just so good. Alright, next I'm going to take this like camely brown right here on a Morphe M433. I'm going to take that and start working this into my outer crease area. And kind of bring it in a little bit right here. And then when like nothing's left on my brush, I'm going to kind of run it in here. Just to make sure it's all nice and blended. Alright, and then just with a light hand, I'm going to kind of go over top of that just to kind of blend that upwards slightly. So I want to start to add some dimension to the eyes, so I'm going to start taking a few darker shades. What color am I going to take? I'm going to take this purpley shade right here, and I'm going to take this on this like little, I don't even know what brush this is, you guys. It's like a no-name brush, but just like a little fluffy brush like that. And I'm going to apply that to my outer corner of my eye. I'm going to bring it in probably to about almost halfway into my eye. I'm going to bring this in a little bit farther because I'm going to add an even darker color on the very outer corner of my eye. So I'm just placing this on the outer part of my eye. Alright, I'm going to take my Morphe M433 and just kind of go over the edges right here just so we have no harsh lines. And I'm going to deepen up the outer corner even more. And what am I going to use? I'm going to take this shade Is that even darker? Yeah, and to do that, I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to focus that on the very outer part of my eye. Now, these eyeshadows so far are blending out so pretty. They are very, very, very easy to blend out, which is amazing. Is that even darker? Not really. Alright, so that shade did not do much. So I'm going to take a different shade. I'm going to take this shade right here, up here. And just same thing, just apply that to the outer part of my eye, just right over top of the shade that we just applied. I think that one, yeah. Right, and so we don't have any harsh lines. I'm going to take this and just lightly kind of go right over that line of darkness just to kind of start blending it together. Alrighty, that's a lot better. It'll look really good too once we have concealer on. So now that we have that done, let's move on to the fun part. I've been really excited for this, and that is the shimmer shades, which look so pretty. So I'm going to do kind of a gradient of shades. So I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to apply this to the center of my lid. Before I apply it, I'm going to wet my brush. Just spray my brush really quick. Wow, this is definitely a really gorgeous shade. I am going to take that little brush I took with the dark purple and kind of blend that into that shade just so it's all nice and blended together. Rule 101 of makeup, do not try to swipe fallout. I know that. I never do that. I don't know why I tried to do that, but I'll wipe it off in a second. So now that we have that shade down, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is just a little bit lighter on this like little, I don't know, this little brush, and I'm just going to put this in the inner part of my eye. I'm not going to put this all the way in the inner corner, but I am just going to put this like in this little blank spot right here. And I'm going to kind of blend it into the darker shimmery shade here. Alright, so the last shade that we're going to use in the inner part of our eye is this lightest shade right here. And I'm going to use this on this like little itty bitty Real Techniques brush. I'm just going to put this in the inner corner of my eye. Alright, so I'm going to do some winged liner today, or I'm going to attempt to. It's been a long time since I've done some wing liner, and I tried to do it the other day and it did not turn out that good. So watch me just ruin this makeup look with some winged eyeliner. I gotta get real close to the mirror for this one. Alright, so that's actually not that bad of a wing, and they're actually, they're pretty even. Okay, for my lashes today, I'm going to try to wear the Koko lashes in the style Queen Bee. But I wore these, I messed up on a video the other day, but I put them on, and mine were made like completely crooked. I know they're all handmade, so I tried to fix them myself, and I don't know, I feel like they're just a little choppy. So I'm going to see how these ones look. Hopefully they're not too bad. Hopefully I didn't hack them too much because I just got them. So I'm going to be really upset with myself if I accidentally like ruin these lashes. Alright, second pair of lashes on. So before we move on to the face, I'm going to quickly just take that darkest shadow that we took. And I may regret doing this, but I'm going to define, I should have done this before I put my lashes on. But I'm just going to make this more intense out here. I feel like it kind of got blended away. Just make this a little bit more defined. Okay, so I want my skin to be more on the glowy side, so I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade 202 Creamy Natural. I don't know if I like this foundation. I don't know. I have mixed emotions about it. Like sometimes I like it and other times I really don't like it. It may look a little light, but this foundation does oxidize on me slightly, so it should be the perfect match, hopefully. So I'm just going to blend that out with my beauty blender. I don't know, like you can just still see like the redness on my cheeks and stuff, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. For concealer, I'm going to be using the new Wet n Wild like Photo Focus Concealer. I just recently got this. I think this is my first video that I'm using it in. I've only used this one other time, and I didn't really know how I felt about it, so we'll see. It usually takes me a few times for products to see if I really like them. And I'm just going to blend it in. One thing I will say about this concealer though is that it seems to dry really quickly. So once everything looks good, we can go ahead and set it down. To set under my eyes, I'm going to use this NYX HD Finishing Powder in the shade Banana. I'm just going to take this on a Morphe G2. It's the same brush that we use to set down our concealer to prime our eyelids. It's just a really good brush. It just has like a nice little point to it. And it's really good for getting up in there under your eye. For the rest of my face, I am going to use my trusty old Bare Minerals Bare Pro Powder in the shade Golden Nude. It looks like this. It just gives you like added coverage. And so if you really want full coverage, this looks so pretty because it is like, it does have coverage, so you need to make sure that you do get it like in your correct shade. But when you do, it just adds like coverage and color back into your skin. It just looks really, really pretty. You feel just like so much like more put together when your brows are on. It just, oh, I love it so much. Alright, so what are we gonna do next? We're just gonna finish up our face since we're already here. I am going to bronze my skin with my Nars Laguna bronzer. I am going to use this Sonia Kashuk brush. It is an unknown brush. I think it's a blush brush though. It looks like a blush brush. I just like it though because it's kind of skinny, but it's not like a contour skinny, you know? So I just take it. I'm just going to bronze my skin up. Okay, so now that we are nice and bronzed, it's time for blush. I'm going to take the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, and I'm going to take this on this this Wet n Wild stippling brush, and I just like to swirl it in, and I like to apply my blush on kind of the backs of my cheeks, like right in here, because, like, I mean, you guys obviously know, I have a lot of redness on my cheeks, so I feel like when I apply blush on my cheeks, I don't know, it just looks like my redness. I don't know, it's probably just me like being like over like, because I hate the redness on my cheeks. So for a highlight, I'm going to be using, surprise surprise, Champagne Pop by Becca and Jaclyn Hill. I'm taking this on an e.l.f., I don't know what this is. I think it's like a small tapered brush, but I'm just going to take this and apply that to the tops of my cheekbones. Right after I do that, I like to spritz my face. You can use like any setting spray, whatever you want. And I just like to do that. Oh my gosh, I got mascara under my eye. Oh my god. And I just like to take my beauty blender and just press everything into the skin, because after all those powders and just your foundation being on your skin for a minute, this just really helps everything just really sink into your skin nicely. Alright, that's better. That's good for now. I am going to zoom you guys in and we can finish up these eyes now. On this Urban Decay brush that came in the Naked palette, I'm going to take this side of it and I am going to take this shade down here, right here. It's almost like that camely shade we took, but it's a little less orange. I'm going to take that and I am going to run that under my lower lash line. So now with a little like angled brush, I am going to take this purpley shade right here and I'm going to run that as close as I can to my lash line on the outer part of my eye. So I'm just going to take this right. Do you guys see that fall out? Ugh. And before I add any more eyeshadow, I am going to align my waterline with just some black eyeliner. You can use any black eyeliner. I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Highliner in the shade Blaquer. And I'm just going to align my waterline with this just to make the look a little bit more intense. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. So next, I'm going to take that same angled brush, and I am going to take, what shade? I'm going to take this shade down here. I've not used this one. This like really dark, almost gray-like shade. I am going to take that and just run that just kind of right over where we put that dark on the outer part of my eye, but really kind of blend it into the eyeliner, if that makes sense. Alright, and now I'm going to take a little pencil brush with that purple shade that we used first, and I'm going to run that along my entire lash line just to kind of blend out that black and get a little bit more purple going on down here. I'm going to pop on some mascara. This is the Loreal Telescopic Carbon Black. I'm going to take this matte kind of a banana shade in the palette, and I'm just going to use that to quickly highlight my brow bone up here. Just so we have a little something something up here. Alright guys, so I went ahead and finished up my lips because my camera died, so I went and ate some pizza and then went and finished up my lips. But on my lips, I have the ColourPop Aquarius. This is Kathleen Light's color. And then I have the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Weho. But that completes this makeup tutorial using the new Morphe 35R palette once again. So I'll just quickly tell you guys what I thought about it. Pretty much, it's thebomb.com. I feel like the makeup look turned out really pretty using the colors in the palette. And I love every single color that I tried except this light shade right here. That's the color I was struggling with. I don't know, it just didn't really show up, you know? I don't know, I didn't love it. But I'm so excited to try out the other shades in the palette. They are so beautiful. I definitely think if you haven't got it already that you definitely should get it. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!